it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. Today, I'm trying out a new tripod ring light combo that my wife got me last week, and I can see the ring light in my glasses, which is the only thing that annoys me about this. So I'm going to try to go like this. So today I am wanted to do a quick video about a collection that I actually bought, and then it fell through after I bought it, and I'll go into what was in the collection. I've got some pictures of it and then why it fell through. And I'm curious to know, what do you think about my decision to let it fall through, even though it was the seller, I think, yeah, it was the seller's fault why it fell through. Yeah, I could put a comment in there. Let me know. Also, if you're new to my channel and you like baseball cards, I've got a lot of baseball card content, 2 to 3 videos like this per week. Throw me a subscribe, click that like button, and you'll see a lot more of this. I bought a big collection in October, put a few videos up about it, and it's January, so I was looking to buy another one. And this was a small one. It was priced at $250. I'm gonna go through all the details of the collection, and then we'll get into why it failed. So here we go, let's jump in. So here's the listing: old baseball card collection and vintage items. Obviously I'll be interested, old baseball cards, vintage, my kind of thing. Originally listed at $1,000, now listed at $225 after I talked them down, but at the time I looked at it, it was $250. And this appears to be a Topps Gallery of Champions set. It's either 86, 87, or 88. The year on it is from 1986, but I don't know if that's 86 or 87. I don't know anything about these. The sets run anywhere from $20 to $60. It's something that I would sell. I'm not interested in this, but that's one way to get my money back. Here's where it gets kind of interesting. In front, we have a Topps 1987 set. Not worth much, but something I would sell. I don't collect sets. And then right on top of that, it appears to be a series of autographs, most likely a stamp, a series of stamps on those autographs, probably worth nothing, assuming that it's stamps. But behind it to the right appears to be a real Stan Musial autograph, worth probably $80 to $100. I would keep that. I would probably get it authenticated. Behind that, or to the left, the other ball, I'm not sure what's on that, but he says that it's another autograph, so I'd have to figure out who that was. Another ball. This one's autographed by apparently Roger Clemens. Tough to tell for sure, but that is my guess, which would be pretty cool for me. Another one I would keep. You got a bunch of sets here, all of which I would probably sell. And then you have some large 1988 Topps cards, which are kind of cool. I'm not sure what I would do with those, if there's any value to them whatsoever. I didn't bother looking them up. Top right is a 1971 New York Mets program, which is a pretty cool piece of memorabilia. Then to the left of that, you've got all those sets. On top of that, though, is some Topps coins from the 1980s. Probably sell that as well. Then some rack packs. Then you've got a Babe Ruth card underneath that. I'll get into that. Some vintage. You've got the Mark McGwire 85 Topps card. There's a lot of coins in here. So some interesting little pieces of memorabilia that I find pretty neat. I'm not sure what I would do with all of it yet. Here's a better look at the Topps Gallery of Champions things that are for sale. Here are the coins from, I think, 1988, or at least in the 80s. Now here's where you get a better look at some of the other stuff. You've got some real oddball sets in there. There appears to be a Clemente set. There's some, like I mentioned, the coins, just some strange 1980s things that you don't see around anymore, which kind of appealed to me. This is a series of stamps, baseball stamps, which I find really cool. In the back is actually a 1964 Bazooka Hank Aaron, which has a low population. It's got a little tear in it, but it's still worth quite a bit of money. In the front is a series of Babe Ruths, which are worth almost nothing, more collectible than anything, but very cool stuff in here. So after messaging the seller saying, hey, would you do 200? He said, yeah, I'd do 225 shipped. So it was $22 for shipping. So 200 plus 22, yeah, it's basically the same thing. So 225 shipped, basically took $50 off the price. And I was really happy with that. And he said to me, and this is where I started to get a little squirrely. He said, I take PayPal. And I said, no, let's just keep it on Facebook. And my concern here is that Facebook protects me on Facebook transactions as long as they take place on Facebook, and they can look at the auction, not the auction. They can look at the deal or the listing, and they can see any edits that were made to the listing. They can see all the details of the listing, what was offered, what was in the pictures, any changes he may have made, and they can look at the conversation. And if I were to go onto PayPal and pay him on PayPal, sure, PayPal protects me with their goods and services, but how good is that protection if I don't have the proof behind me that I would have on Facebook? I could take screenshots on Facebook, but if he has edited anything in there, PayPal doesn't have the proof of that. And is PayPal going to go out of their way to really do a full investigation of this? I didn't trust that. And so I said, no, let's stick with Facebook. So he said, okay, great. So he reduced the price down to $225, no shipping cost. And I bought it, I paid. And a short while later, less than an hour, he messaged me, and you can see here, he said, how can I get my money faster? And I said, what do you mean? He said, Facebook takes 2 weeks or whatever to get me my money. And I said, why'd you list it on Facebook then? And he said, for the Facebook market. So his intent was to attract more people using the Facebook market and then have them pay via PayPal. We haven't even broached the fact that I would have been paying with goods and services on PayPal if I had done this, and he probably would have wanted it friends and family. So I said, sorry, I'm not switching over to PayPal. And he said, well, I'll show you the screenshots here. So what do you think? I'm really curious to know what your opinion of my decision here is. It's still listed at $225 shipped, still out there if anybody's interested in buying it. I still think it's a cool deal. There's nothing major in there, but it had some fun stuff in it, and some things that you could buy and you could sell and probably make up your money with. But yeah, let me know, and thanks for watching.